Yeah, you thought I was going to talk about One Punch Man Season 3, huh? You thought I was going to talk about One Punch Man Season 3, Episode 6 that just dropped yesterday as I'm recording this video. No, I'm not going to talk about that because there's not a whole lot to say about that show. What I would like to talk about, however, is a show that I just discovered that honestly, I'm amazed I didn't watch it last season or probably 2 seasons ago this year. I could be wrong with the dates or anything, but it's an anime called Nukitashi The Animation. So yeah, I just watched 2 episodes of this show today out of pure curiosity. And the reason I watched this show was that originally I was going to do like a little quick little overview of like every anime that was censored and like talk about it and explain like how I felt about certain shows that got obviously censored or got blocked or got banned, etc. And apparently when I was looking the show up, Nukitashi the Animation popped up because this was a show that was infamous from its first episode alone, where they had to censor 90% of the anime reportedly through Japan's like TV broadcasting because I swear to God, I'm not making this shit up. Nuts to butts within the first episode is just full of characters, background characters having full on sex, just full on different sex positions that you can think of, and basically in the censorship stuff that they explain, they basically decide to just have a bird playing in the background and just have the audio of the characters explain the island shit playing in the visuals. So it kind of reminds you of like a school days esque censorship moment in a way. So because of that and the interest of that alone, I went into these first 2 episodes wondering like what is the show all about? Because hey, it can't be crazy given the synopsis, right? Well, I'm gonna read you the synopsis right here, right now, babies. That way, for anyone who hasn't even checked the show out, this is what the synopsis is all about. The tropical Siren Island is a paradise for deviants. The infamous perfect law grants complete sexual freedom with no taboos or boundaries. With its various suggestive attractions, the Serento Health Organization, or SHO, entices visitors while providing regular medical checks and contraceptive pills to ensure carefree enjoyment. So basically, if you don't know that first paragraph, it's basically like you basically are coming to this island and you go nuts to bust, go ape shit crazy, just have sex with anyone and anybody because everyone here on the island is a goddamn pervert and loves to have sex. But moving on, however, for high school student Junosuke Tachibana, who is one of the main characters, the island is far from ideal. Having recently moved there with his younger sister Asane, he cannot stand the empty, loveless sexual acts. To make matters worse, Junosuke's abstinence attracts unwanted attention. Those who defy the law face punishment, which we'll get into. Junosuke soon crosses paths with Nanase Kazugiri, a notorious island seductress. Surprisingly, instead of forcing herself on him, she helps him flee from the SHO. Together they discover a secret group that exists for a singular goal, to destroy the SHO. Now equipped with a way to resist the unjust rules, Junosuke and Order and other kindred spirits set out to crush the pervert law. So, with this synopsis here in a nutshell, basically it's our boy Junosuke Tachibana who goes to this island assuming that he's going to have a good, happy-go-lucky life, and he's met with nuts to butts like people having sex on the streets, having sex at school, having sex at the fucking bus stop, at the beach. Like, trust me, when you watch this show, the first 2 episodes, that's what you're subjected to within the first 2 episodes, and I'm guessing that's what's going to be for every episode from here on out. But simultaneously, his reason as to why Jinosuke wants to is doing all of this and why he went on this island is that he went there because he used to grow up there. He didn't remember what it was like growing up, and he's trying to make sure that like he doesn't get humiliated and defied ever again because he has a pretty gnarly fucking backstory along with the sister too, which is pretty cool and really sweet, honestly. And in these 2 episodes, we get to see like how the SHO works, how Jinosuke works, how they now set a goal to like making sure that they stop the SHO and just free people from all these endless non-stop sexual acts. So basically, just think of like the show Shimoneta from back in the day, but instead of Shimoneta, where in that show it was about trying to fight for people saying dirty words and naughty words again. Now in Nukitashi the Animation, it's about okay, we're gonna stop people from having sex because we want them to have a normal life. This is really weird. This is stupid. This is crazy, and low key, I'm not gonna lie, like there are moments of the show, at least from these first 2 episodes right now, where it's starting to get like borderline like Ishuzoku Reviewers ish. Like I don't make that comparison lightly, but I feel like we are really hitting those borderline moments. And again, the second episode that I watched, we did get to witness like two other like female characters who surprisingly hasn't fallen to the acts of sexual desires, and it turns out that two of them can have sex because one is super worried about their weight, and the other one is worried because of the height and age gap. Even though even though she's a young girl, she's like 20 something, or basically she's legal age, but she looks younger than she should be. If that makes sense. And again, in these two episodes, I will say the animation for the show is fire. The surprising action that happens in this is really smooth. Again, it's under Passion Studios, so expect a lot of nuts to butts, high quality animation for the show. The music is also really creative, really out there, and trust me, you're gonna see a lot of like sexual innuendos plastered from start to finish from these first two episodes alone. And again, they go into some crazy nonstop hentai porno territory that I I'm just shocked that we got from those first two episodes. So without a doubt, I'm still gonna drop like a full on overall review of this once I watch the rest of this show. But as of right now, two episodes in, I'm blown away. I'm impressed. I'm actually like, wow, why didn't I discover this trashy anime sooner? Because man, this was a special anime to say the least. But yeah, just wanted to let y'all know that I'm checking out Nukitashi Animation. I'm surprised I didn't check this out way sooner. And I will see you all when I eventually finalize and wrap up and watching this show nonetheless. That's it. I'll see you on the next one. Later.